Hello and welcome everyone in another episode of Researchers Celebrity. Today we have Dr. Ankush Chanda with us. A brief introduction of Dr. Ankush. He has done his bachelor's in mathematics honors from University of North Bengal, and for his master's and PhD he attended NIT Durgapur. His master's was specialized in mathematics with computer applications, whereas the research for PhD was done under broader area of functional analysis. Currently, he is an assistant professor at Vellore Institute of Technology, Tamil Nadu, India. With this brief introduction, we would like to say thank you so much, Dr. Ankush, for taking time out for this conversation.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. And I have seen some of the videos uh, of this series actually. So I hope the previous ones and this one, including which we are going to record, will help the society some of your background says STEM for society. So hopefully it helps some kind of whatever be it is epsilon delta.
Thank you.
That is our motivation, I guess. That's the aim.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
so much for your kind words, Ankush. We start these conversations that how and when you decided that you want to become a researcher.
Okay. This is a little bit of tipsy topsy. I don't know whether after saying. I mean, in hindsight, it's easy to say. I did not decide that I can pursue, even if I did not think of it actually. To be honest, I had a different plan in mind. So that's what. After my masters, in the masters, I had a bit of good kind of a NIT Durgapur mathematics department has a, what should I say, is a kind of a breeding ground, where a lot of people are doing good research now. And since so that is where I felt that okay, this is what I can do. But I was not at all convinced till the date I joined actually. And obviously a later part, once I joined and adapted actually with the guide. My guide helped, and the environment helped actually. To be very honest, it's very good environment out there. So it's 2014 during my MSc, and the end of the MSc, that that is when I sort of convinced that yeah, we can go for this journey. Yeah,
So, in your master's, you were sure that you want to pursue a PhD. When you
I won't.
already decided,
I was not.
oh, you were
Yeah.
not? Okay.
Mm.
At masters, you were out of your imposter syndrome that you thought that you belong to the field and you can do something more.
Yes, actually, during my master's, there were a couple of things actually which you have keep. I mean, in your mind you have these things. No, it's not at all easy going for someone like me who belongs to a lower middle class family. You have a lot of criteria, constraints to decide, to satisfy things, and also lot of passion, different passions. Actually, I had a passion with creative writing and all. So I had a soft corner for of writing something for movies, and thought of sort of doing some kind of a directional course actually for movies. So that is one aspect that I still am passionate about. I don't know whether I'll get a chance or so in some time, but that's one thing. What was running around my head. The other thing was to support the family. These competitive exams. That was the other thing which was going on as an option. And the third one is this the PhD that was there. So out of these three, I had to choose, and that is where things kept falling in place one by one. My family also was a bit confused, and later convinced by the amount that fellowship is going to be supported by Inspire. Actually, I was a DST Inspire fellow, so that is also helped me to to support my family. That is also one thing that that's, to be very honest, actually this very important for us, at the age of 23, 24. So that's also ticked, and then I decided, okay, let this passion be taken care later. Let's finish this first, then we will see. That is where things started to fall in place, and I eventually joined in 2015 January. I joined NIT Durgapur again as a research scholar.
So let's start about the journey. Before registering for PhD, what were the things which you were looking as key factors that why you chose NIT Durgapur and why not looking for other places? So the key in important decision making things for enrolling to a specific university or picking up the lab also.
Okay. One thing that is a comfort. I know this comfort has two aspects. Uh, to to be in comfort is for a longer time. If you are in a comfort zone, that's bad. Uh, but sometimes comfort is something which assures you, I belong to the place, and I can finish the job. Since I was a little bit of, as I told you, little bit of confused with the thing, I needed that comfort. I needed that guidance, which I got from my guide. So he's Dr. Lakshmikanta Dev from NIT Durgapur, and we have him only in NIT Durgapur as functional analysis and topology expert. So that's what his guidance. He's like a big brother. Uh, so 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 he actually sort of helped me through in this convincing process. He told me that you should try for a IIT. I had a gate with 100 rank, 107, I guess, and I could have tried for some IITs in this field, but I chose to stick with NIT Durgapur because of this comfort, because of the uh, guidance by Dr. Dev. So that's why, yeah, that's there are no other reasons that I did not choose any other IITs or NITs. It's just because of the, what should I say, as I told you, it's because of the comfort zone. It's out of comfort zone that I decided. It's nothing else, actually. Yeah.
No, I think you brought two aspect of comfort zone, which is really good because you mentioned that one is where you feel more comfortable as your comfort zone and then you are not progressing enough. That is the bad aspect of comfort zone. But the one which you mentioned, having this assurance that you belong here, that you can get the job done, these are very important key factors whenever anyone decides to do their PhD, because they already know that they are committing for a longer duration of time. It's like years, number of years. And then also you mentioned about your mentor's role, that you know that you have worked with the person already, and then the tuning you go to have, and then the probably the group structure, the group environment. These are the things which should be considered before committing to PhD, and that's what we are seeing in current situation, that people have this option that they can spend some time in those their prospective labs and then decide which one they suit the best and complement. This is complementary always. We say that we have had researcher celebrities of senior level administration, or when they are no more they are recruiting the faculties. So at that point they say that they are looking for passionate researchers, passionate minds, where the thing which they are prioritizing is the passion and commitment, that how taughtable they are, how moldable they are. They should not be very rigid. And these are the things. And also as a team player, now everything is like when people say that, oh, I can do in independent research. Yes, independent research doesn't mean that you are playing by on your own. It is the team effort. So talking like once you have already decided that okay, this is the place you want to do your PhD, then let's talk about the journey of the PhD. How was that for you?
Um, First couple of years, a little bit of, yeah, till you get a publication, or publication is just a byproduct. I should have said that, uh, till you get something to, um, something encourageable. I'm not talking about exactly publication. Something encourageable, like a good review, maybe, a positive sign, any kind of a positive sign, which you can, which further directs you that okay, you belong to that. That is what, till I get that assurance, I belong to that. I have already mentioned that the environment that I had in Department of Mathematics, and in my lab, actually, in my guides guidance, actually, that was okay. That was very good, and that sort of settled me down. But actually, there was always, until you get a good result on paper, not telling that published paper, a good result, which gives you sort of, actually, this, it's not needed that you have a paper. It's a good result that write, actually, you have got on your copy. It's not even a final copy. It's not even finally written on Word or text. You got something on your rough paper, but you got that, yes, this is something that I was looking for in last 2 months or 2.5 months. Then you, from your, what should I say, from something that you feel okay, I belong to the place, now we can proceed. So till that, there was a bit of, what should I say, tension, a bit of hesitation, okay, what will happen. So after a certain period of time, around say 6 months, 6 or 8 months, when we started to work on some reading some papers and all those things, that was well, actually. It was, I had couple of seniors who guided me through what are the things, how to write a paper, what to keep, what we can keep in an abstract, what should be avoided in an abstract, how to write references, what is take, how to write, and how to go for a literature review. All those things I was guided through. So it's nothing like that I had to uh, explore on my own. If that's a good thing, that if you have some helping senior, so that's what, well managed by my guide and my previous seniors, actually. So it's not at all that turmoil was there. It's not at all.
Mhm.
It was well streamlined, and
Mhm.
that is what, actually, I can't say that it was a roller coaster. It's a good thing. It's a good for me.
Nice, nice. Not many research scholars had this conversation with us in this series, that where they were saying that PhD was not a roller coaster but was a smooth drive. You are one of them, and I also had the privilege to work with my PhD supervisor, Dr. Tiadak, where it was really one of the best time of my academic career too. So let's talk about the, so you mentioned that when you had some positive results which are following your hypothesis, you are happy to write in your copy, and then you see uh, those pieces for a final publication. But what about when things are not going the way you want? Because that is also a big chunk of any PhD. The stress it brings, the frustration it brings, how you like you faced it, and then how you overcome that.
There are obviously phases. There are obviously phases where you have this kind of a thing, like, the result is something that you 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 understand, some kind of, you have a feeling that this is a result that is supposed to be there, but you are not able to reach to that, or you are not able to concretely put that uh, that proof, something like that, it's not coming actually. That's what. So in those cases, and obviously there are phases where with a particular article which is submitted, but it is getting rejected day by day. Where you are submitting, then it is rejected again. A rejection comes. So this has happened. But what I felt, this is a personal opinion. I don't know. People may vary. That is where this PhD is very much helpful in building a character for everyone. It's for me, PhD. What I believe, PhD is not a degree. Obviously, PhD is not a degree only. A person who joins PhD and a person who completes the PhD, two different personality. PhD teaches you this perseverance, tolerance. It teaches that success and failure are equivalent. They will come and go. You have to embrace it equally. You should not be very much in. I mean, very happy once a paper gets accepted. You should not be very dull once it is rejected. We have to understand that in a PhD, a failure is more common than the success. A paper gets rejected more number of time than it's accepted only once. It gets rejected for several times, 3 or 4 times. That is what actually I learned. Maybe for the first time I understood. Okay, first time it stung a bit more. Later on I kind of sort of understood this is a part and parcel of life. Like I don't know whether it's a good thing to say here or not. I'm a very fond of this guy called Harsha Bhogle. Are you a cricket enthusiast?
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
Harsha Bhogle has this cricket analogy. So several times he says that how many times Sachin Tendulkar has scored a 50 or say 100. He has only 100, 100 hundreds. And how many innings he has played? Almost 800 innings he has played, or something more, I guess. So it's the success ratio is 1:8. So you are bound to fail. It's that process which helps you that this failure is temporary, and you will get eventually a success. This is how what PhD teaches you. This
Absolutely.
is very important. This is why I think that even if even if you are having failures back to back, a paper can reject for several times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. You have to keep faith on yourself that you have done this result. No one else knows it better than you. So you have to keep faith on you. A time will come. There will be a journal where where it will be accepted. But that's what you have to keep faith. You have to keep your tolerance, patience, and that is what PhD is, I guess.
Absolutely. And I think you just reiterated Dr. T. Adak's word. He still says that PhD is not a degree, it's a training. And as you
Yes,
mentioned, it does not only give you a prefix as doctor, it changes your personality in a way, as you mentioned, that the person who starts PhD is different from the person who completed it, because now they are more mature. They learn how to persevere. And then there are different things, not only in academic criteria, but the temper they develop during this PhD, the better individual they become after that degree, is also very important part. So having this
can I take water
wonderful,
actually? Is
sorry,
it okay if I,
yeah,
if
yeah,
I
it's
take a
fine,
bit of water? Okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Please go
sure.
on. Please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so these are the things which we always discuss in this series, that There will be challenges, there will be struggles, hurdles in your research, but the way we overcome, keeping the optimistic attitude that if there is a problem, there has to be a solution. And that's what makes all of us the researcher part of this celebrity series. So let's start, like, when you were doing your masters, you were not very confident, you took your own time, that you now want to do PhD. When you were about to complete your PhD, what were the thought process going on in your head, that what you want to do with your degree? Is this something which you already knew before joining the PhD, or this was the thought which evolved during your PhD?
Um, One thing that is very much sure in the process of PhD, because in IT Durgapur has this training, which I feel that it's a good thing actually. That you, even if you are TRA, this research scholar, you have to teach one course uh, as a tutor, maybe as one of the associates of the teachers of the faculties there. You had to teach a course, right? So what I felt during this process of uh, that I'm more confident about teaching. PhD in my field in a mathematics is not lab oriented, not at all. In some, apart from a few areas, it's mostly something that we are going to do teaching and all. I don't know how many scopes are there for research like other fields have, like um, fields like biotech and all those things has a more research oriented options after career options after your PhD. But in India, in mathematics, scopes around PhD of a mathematics is quite limited to teaching. Schools, universities, colleges, it's broadly teaching. So the first thing that I was understanding around my completion of the tenure is I'm more confident about the subject. I'm more confident about the teaching portion, which I'm going to do later on. And the third aspect that was there, that how I'm going to give it back to my society. There is always this thing with me. Actually, I don't know uh, whether it's good enough for how much good it is to say, or it is always with me that how much I'm returning back to the society for with anything with any manner. In our field actually is it's very much obvious that we can't build some material or some machine or something like that, which, being a pure mathematician, which is going to serve the mankind in its true sense. But being in this field, what I can do, the results that we are doing is going to help someone in building something or in getting some other important results. So am I doing that? Can I do that? How much I have attained that point that I am able to return it back to the society? That is what always still it is with me, because in other fields, like in other mathematics fields also, I'm not able to return it back to the society in terms of the things, in terms of the, what should I say, in its true sense. That's, I think I think it's clear what I want to say. So then I understood that it's not necessary to build something to serve mankind. The first thing that I can serve is being a supportive teacher, being teaching the students, and try to build that kind of a thing, try to build curiosity among them, try to help them to build, to serve mankind in that. I guess I'm able to convey what I mean to say. That may not be I am building something, may not be I am giving it back directly. Can my students go back? Can my
Yes.
students do something which helps the society? So that is what actually now the primary motivation for me is to help the students. And the research that I'm doing is at the moment, and then also it's secondary for them, for me at the moment. That how much novelty we are bringing, that's primary.
Yes. And I think that is also part of the training in PhD. That is, it tells you that having done your SWOT analysis, where you know what are your strengths, and as you mentioned, that now this teaching is something which you like more, and training the next generation of researchers, scientists, entrepreneurs and whatever, because you never know the class of 50 to 200, whatever is the strength of the class. There will be probably representation from every single field in that class. And true for yourself also, that the role your mentor played in transitioning you from a master student to PhD, and now in your current profile, when you are mentoring, you are also doing the same for the students who are there in your class. And this is something which I have learned during my career, that there are two things when they say that children's can, all the students can actually sense if the instructor, like professors or whosoever is instructing that class, if they are in fear, they can sense that fear. And if the teacher is confident, passionate, they can absolutely relate to that also. And only the passionate teachers can also inspire others. Whereas, if an instructor is not confident and is under fear, the current student generations which we have, they almost tear them apart. We have seen that.
Yeah.
And having that analysis done by for yourself, that probably you are very good, as you mentioned, probably you are very good at the bench research where you don't have to interact with anyone. You are just doing your experiments, writing, summing them up, and publication is what apparently everyone is learning. They do not know that the person who have performed the experiments and then wrote the manuscript, published, how interactive they are. If they want to be an introvert and don't want to talk to anyone, absolutely do. But when you are in the class, it is impossible that you do not speak. Or, if you are not passionate, if it does not resonate in your lectures, it is difficult that you can motivate someone. Instead, what we have seen in early stages, like senior secondary schools or in bachelors, in undergrads, what we say, if the role of the instructor, the role of the teacher actually decides that if that is the course which the students wants to pursue their masters in, or they ignite that passion in them for either it is biology, mathematics, chemistry, and what not all, these all the subjects, what we have come to a conclusion in these researcher celebrity conversations, that it is about the person who's teaching that course, not about the course itself. Because then you can actually uh, tell, or convey this with the students, that everyone has some point of uh, like likings for a subject, but how the teachers are delivering is the next level. Coming back to the conversation, Ankush, when you completed your PhD and you realized that, okay, now what you want to do in your life is to teach more. So, having a good teacher is always an asset to a university, to an institution. Based on your experience, what you can tell to our audience who want to become, more academic phased, not onto the hardcore researchers, but to more to the academia phase, how they can train themselves during their PhD, and what are the paths which they should explore.
Okay, the thing being, the process of being a confident teacher, I guess that should be the correct terminology, if we can say so. First thing, the subject knowledge, it should be very good. You should not be at all at any point of your class timing that you are fearful, like you said. You are fearful and you are feeling that, okay, I don't know this portion. It can always happen, I'm sorry.
This happens most of the times. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So this can always happen, that you don't know a question, you don't know, you are not able to answer a query. This always happens, this happens to the best of the best teachers actually. But my point is, whatever you are going to deliver in a class or in a gathering or in some conference or wherever you are going to deliver, or in camps, you should be well prepared. Like I remember a faculty from IIT Madras I heard of. He said that for a 50-minute class, I had to prepare for almost 2.5 hours. I don't remember the name actually at the moment. So mathematics faculty actually. He said this, and he was not a young faculty. He was at his middle age faculty, I guess. Uh, so if he can say so that for a 50 minutes, 45 minutes class, he has to take almost 3 times the preparation, we should have 4 times the preparation. We should not simply prepare, we should not simply prepare a note and something like that. And you should have a note or something like that, guideline of points or bullet points or something like that. But we always should stick to the point that every time we go to the class, maybe a topic is repeated for us, we should add something new, we should add something from the last time. This makes us go slip into this comfort zone, which is a bad comfort zone. Teaching a same topic semester by semester, year by year, makes us complacent. We should, you don't have any option apart from teaching that particular course. Then also you revise your notes, you revise, you start whatever be the new thing that is coming up. Does your topic has a new application? What are the things that is coming up? What is there a new phenomena which is connected to your topic, which you can give example? Because a new phenomena is something uh, which is, what should I say, this new the Gen Z's basically, they are very much informative. They are informative. They consume lots of things. So immediately you mention a topic, you mention an phenomena which has happened and has connected to that particular topic. The course that you are teaching catches their attention. That makes them curious about that. So you have to know this, how what are the ways you can catch their attention for a longer span. The attention span is something that we are talking about. So you have to keep, what I do is, I, as I told you earlier, that I'm a fan of this share or shairis or something like that. So I used to put bit of this and that, a lot of cricket analogy is, again, maybe by now it's already established that I'm a cricket fan. So these things I keep on doing to catch their attention and to give them a bit of break in between the class also. Break my 50 minutes, 45 minutes class into 15, 15, 15. After every 15 minutes, I sort of break it intentionally, unintentionally, and do that. That's one thing that we can always do. That this is also part of your class preparation, that faculty was talking about. Prepare what to be, what which example you have to give. If you don't know a topic, a query, question that is asked, simply try to think in the class for a couple of minutes or something like that. If you don't know, leave it, saying that I will answer it next class. That is always I do. There is no harm on that accepting that fact that I don't know at that moment. I will try to explain that in the next class. So that is what actually I really like this process of teaching, and for me teaching is giving it back to the society. So I feel that if I do this with 100% of uh, my effort, I'll be happy. Research is something that for the moment is primarily for me, uh, secondarily for my institute, and teaching is primarily for the society. I feel like that, actually I think like that, and secondarily for institute. So that is how I have sort of arranged my responsibilities, academic responsibilities. I'm a teacher first, I'm a researcher second.
Yes, very, very well done. And I think having these clear, setting up these expectations in the start of the class or the semester is one thing which I personally do also, that giving this freedom of thinking, because what we want to inculcate in our student is the ability to think. Do not just mug up facts and vomit it on the exam sheet. That's not what we want. We want them to start or bring their critical thinking in the forefront. And the best way to do is to tell themselves that even if I do not know everything, you are not expected that you know everything. So I have this
Agree.
weight off their shoulders in the first class, that you don't have to know everything, because if you know everything, you don't have to be in this class. You are in this class to learn something. I'm also in this class to share what I know, but also I'm looking forward to what other things, new things I can learn from this. And as you mentioned, this is how you keep on rotating your lectures and having new additions to that every single time. Because if you have taught something just 6 months ago, for sure the way our research is excelling all around the globe, someone has done something new somewhere in this world. And if you are passionate about teaching, obviously you will gather all that information to pass it on to the students. And that's why, as you also clearly mentioned, when they can correlate something, that what is happening, the memory of those incidences, of those facts, will be long lasting in their brain also. Absolutely. I think this is a great teaching philosophy for your students, and keeping that mind of giving back to society is even more important, and should everyone have that in their heart. With this, we'll say the last question. Ankush, if you can share that, if you have one statement to give to your students, how they should follow their passion, how they should give back to the society, what they should do.
um, Regarding the passion, and I guess this is these are two things, primarily two things which correlates later. So for the students who uh, who wants to give it back to the society, I think in every way, I mean everyone is giving back to the society in one way or other. So that is what, for these young students, I don't want to give them this burden that you have to think of giving it back at the moment. I don't have any uh, uh, I don't ask this question actually, uh, knowingly unknowingly, whatever you can say. They need not think of giving it back at the moment. Let them get settled into this career first, whatever. Primarily I teach BTech graduates actually. So mostly in VIT, a big chunk actually, if I can say so, 70 to 75%, they go for placements, different placements. So they work first, and a bit of 25 to 30% students are going for masters. So the people who are going for masters, they are doing it passionately. They knew it. There are people who did not get placement but still going for deciding. But I have seen these people who are very much clear at their teens, actually 19, 20. This is what Gen Z, this is what actually we have to I mean, this is why we have to be prepared a lot. Because I don't know whether when I was in 19 or 20, I had this idea. I told you actually this in my master degree. I had no idea that I'm going to research. These days, these people know at in their 19, 20 that they want to pursue master. They want to do this research. They have this in mind. They have their universities chalked out. So they actually have, these people have a lot of passion to do this research if they want to do. Being in VIT, a lot of people are interested in this entrepreneurship and these things. Patent, we encourage patent. So I have seen these people also who want to know these things. We encourage the budding people actually. So
Nice.
it's something that I always tell them, that don't keep a door shut at this moment. Primarily, my teaching is first sem, second sem, third sem, fourth sem, and I can very much say that they are on to their building.
Mhm.
They are not yet ready to decide that whether they will go to placement, whether they will do some patent or something, or they'll pursue master and go for research. They're not yet ready. Maybe some exceptions are there, but I mean, mostly they are not ready. So I always tell that don't keep a door shut at the moment. This is not my way.
Nice.
Don't
True.
want to go for this. I don't want to go for that. I need this much. If you
Mhm.
have decided this, that is okay. But keep that door is also open for a time being,
Mhm.
because you never know, uh, uh, maybe what opportunity you get. A
So
better
true.
opportunity also you can also always get. It's always good that you chase something, but it is always this is also a bit of okay, I am not going for that. This is
Mhm.
not something. Do
Having
chase
that
your
open minded,
passion.
yeah, absolutely, having that
Yeah,
open mindedness helps you a lot for your future too. With this, we'll
yes.
say thank you so much, Ankush, for taking time out and having this conversation with us. To all the audience, will say, if you want to write to Dr. Ankush, you can write to directly to him. If you want STEM for Society to put you in touch with our researcher celebrities, we are there to help you. And stay tuned for another episode of Researcher Celebrity. Finally, thank you so much, Ankush, for taking time out.
Thank you very much, Dr. Raja, and I wish you all the best for more such. Um, uh, what should I say? This interview or something like that.
Conversations,
Meetup.
yeah,
It's better to
yeah,
conversation or meetup.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
I wish you more such things. I don't know how much it will be helpful for people, but if it helps a little, I'll be happy. I guess you will be happy. This is what our
Yes,
motivation. This is what our motto is.
absolutely. Thank you so much,
Thank you. Thank you
Ankush.
very much. See you.
Okay.